Let me tell you something many Christians get wrong. Most of the love they're given in their marriage is not love at all. And until you understand what real love looks like and how to sow real love seeds, you may be accidentally hurting your marriage even while you think you are helping it. And in a few minutes, I'm going to show you the exact type of love that transforms a spouse and the kind of love that destroys a marriage without you even realizing it. So stay with me. This will change how you relate to your spouse forever. Before I jump in, if you've never met me, my name is Ade Subanjo. For the last 20 years, I've helped Christian men and women rebuild their marriage using biblical principles, emotional healing, and practical spirit-led strategies. I've watched God restore homes that looked completely finished, homes where one spouse had checked out, homes where communication was dead, even marriages where only one person was willing to work on it. So everything I'm sharing with you today is not theory. It's what I've seen work in real marriages over and over again. Recently, I was speaking with someone who said, Pastor Ade, this whole idea of sowing love seeds, it sounds like manipulation. And honestly, a lot of people feel that way. Then, on the other side, I've met people who think they're sowing love seeds, but what they're actually doing is enabling unhealthy behavior. So today, I want to clear this up completely. What is a real love seed? What does it look like? And how do you sow it without manipulating your spouse or losing yourself? A love seed is a voluntary action you take to empower your spouse to become who God designed them to be. It's something you give not out of fear, not to control them, not because you want something back, but out of joy, because you want to strengthen, encourage, and bless them. And here is the truth. When you sow love correctly, you will reap something. But the moment your goal is the reward, you are no longer sowing love. You are manipulating. That's why people get confused. I've watched couples apply this principle of real love seed sowing. Husbands, wives, even separated spouses. And I've seen marriages turn around in weeks. Not because the spouse suddenly changed, but because love done the God way carries supernatural power. When one person in the marriage begins sowing love consistently, the atmosphere shifts, the tension breaks, walls start coming down. This works. I've seen it too many times to doubt it. Let me give you an example. If your spouse's love language is words of affirmation or quality or acts of service, then doing something aligned with that love language is a love seed. Not because they demanded it, but because you decided with joy to give it. For example, saying, wow, you look beautiful today, or tell me about your day. I'm really listening. That's not manipulation. It's love. That's love being sown. Manipulation is when you do it with a hidden agenda. Love is when you do it to bless. The fact that they want you to say these things does not make it manipulation. It only helps you to easily identify their love language. So it's good for them to say what they want. But here is the slippery slope. If you already have a pattern of manipulating people, if you do things only to get something back, then yes, you can twist even good actions into manipulation. But counterfeit exists only because the real thing exists. That's why I teach people. That's why I teach people to be the real thing. A real husband, a real wife, a real lover of God, and a real giver of love. Because when it's real, the fruit is undeniable. Now, let me address the other extreme. Sowing love doesn't mean you support unhealthy, damaging, or sinful behavior. For example, if your spouse wants to come home every night and play video games until 2 a.m., neglecting responsibilities and losing productivity, that's not something you should support. It's not love. That's enabling. Instead, real love says, I know you love playing games, but I don't believe this routine is helping you become who God designed you to be. How can I support you better? You troubleshoot with them. You communicate with love and kindness. You speak truth gently. And yes, sometimes you allow them to be mad at you because you care more about their destiny than their temporary comfort or approval. This too is a love seed. Now let's go deeper. I've walked with believers for years, and I can tell you this confidently. The most powerful love seeds you will ever sow are in prayer. Not shallow prayers like, Lord, bless them, protect them, and change them. Those are good, but they are not enough. Real intercession is when you pray for their walk with God, their spiritual eyes to be opened, their healing, their freedom, their repentance, their clarity, their purpose, their destiny. When you stand against every attack of the enemy over their life, when you fight for their soul in prayer, when you pray until your hearts become tender again, that is sowing love at the highest level. And prayers like that change marriages in ways that counseling, talking, debating, or fighting never could. If you commit to sowing real love seeds, spiritually, emotionally, and practically, you will see transformation. Maybe not overnight, maybe not in the way you expect, but something will always shift inside you, inside your spouse, or inside the atmosphere of your home. Love never fails. Never, never. Now, if you are listening to all of this and thinking, Ade, this makes sense, but I still need help applying it, I want you to know that's exactly why I coach people. I've helped hundreds of husbands and wives who felt stuck, confused, or overwhelmed finally experience peace and clarity. Sometimes the breakthroughs happen within minutes simply because someone finally shows you what you've been missing. So if you want personalized guidance, click the link in the description and book a free 30-minute call. We'll talk about where you are, what's blocking you, and whether my Love Restored program is the right fit for you. And even if it's not, you will still leave the call with clarity and next steps. So if this video blessed you, share it with someone who needs it. Subscribe for more tools to build a joyful, God-honoring marriage. The Lord bless you. I'll see you in the next video.